Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Who do you got? Or maybe, who cares? Because we are about to learn some massive marketing lessons. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Welcome to another Making of the DM podcast show. That's right, you are the deal maker and dream maker of your life. Coming to you live here from Ohio, the Cleveland, Ohio area, down here at the house in the cigar bar. It's a little rainy out there today, but who cares? I'm inside talking to you and actually working and doing stuff just like you. Today's show, I'm going to share a lot with you, but before we get started, as I always like to say, thank you guys so much for all the amazing 5-star reviews and the shares on social media. The show just keeps growing and growing every single week, and I appreciate that, and that's all because of you. I'm not running any ads or anything like that, but at the end of the day, you know, I just want to help as many people as humanly possible here and connect with the right people. So as you're on this journey of crazy entrepreneurship, I get it. I've been an entrepreneur for now about 28 and a half years. And I feel like I'm just getting started. And some days pretty much every day I wonder why I do it. And every day I also am very fortunate that we get to do it. So I appreciate you being here on this journey. I know it's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. I can say that. So I want to share with you some lessons that I learned as I don't talk about it, but I went to that Jake Paul fight, the event, I should say, the Jake Paul event and Mike Tyson event with some buddies. I went with my buddy Sean Whalen, my buddy Mark Andrew, my buddy Adam Maggio, all guys I do a lot of business with in different ways. And, you know, I like to go to these kind of experience/events, not for what most people are going for. A lot of people are going there for the fight and this and that. That is not why I went there. I went there, you know, one, to hang out with my buddies, to connect with them, because I don't really do a whole lot of that stuff, but I flew out Friday morning and I was back Saturday morning, so in and out. But what we witnessed was it literally created history. And I want you to, because we're all business people here. And what I see a lot of people do is like, well, because again, I've taught thousands and thousands of people over the years, and always the same thing rings true no matter what business people say. They're like, well, you don't understand my business. Wait, my business is different, this and that, right? Well, that's horseshit. Business is business. You have to be marketing. You have to have a product or service. You have to sell it. You have to fulfill it. And you have to make a profit, and or you go out of business. You have these preconceived notions, and this is what I see holds a lot of great people back from experience and massive amounts of wealth and time freedom, is they think they know everything because it's their industry. You don't understand this or that. I don't need to understand the constraints and limits you've put on yourself because you've bought into this idea that this is not the same industry that you're in. I'm involved in many different types of industries, and business is the same. I'm telling you, not all businesses are created equal, but all business activities are created the same, right? So what I want to be clear here is this, is as you're building, a lot of times you guys talk to the same people in the same industry. If you're in HVAC, you talk to all the HVAC guys. If you're in plumbing, you talk to plumbing. If you're in coaching, you talk to coaching. If you're in real estate, you talk to real estate. I've shared this before, and I'll share it again here, and I'll share it forever because it is the truth. When my real estate business exploded and I grew way beyond all the other old timers in my local marketplace, it's not because I had a better real estate strategy or I knew something more about real estate. Nope, it was none of that bullshit. It was simply understanding marketing and sales. The product was real estate. I don't care if you're a chiropractor, that is your product. Now we need to market and sell it. This is the old school days when you actually had to really do marketing. I had paper flyers, door knockers, door hangers. We had signs, all this stuff. It's still relevant, by the way. But now we have this beautiful thing called the internet. All of you can utilize the internet through social media, through paid advertisements and everything in between, articles, etc., SEO. But yet, you don't understand my business. No, what it really means is when I hear people say that, you don't understand business. Has nothing to do with your business. It's business. I don't care if you have a brick and mortar or a non-brick and mortar. Business is business. Again, not all businesses are created equal with scale and product sales. And we got to ask ourselves, what kind of business do I want to be in? Do I want to be in the high-end business where I sell to the high-end clientele? Or do I want to sell Walmart-style products? Have you ever asked yourself, this is a serious question, by the way. Do you know in every industry, someone's always the cheapest and someone's always the most expensive? You guys know that, right? Where do you lie in that? Where are you with your pricing? Are you the highest, the lowest, or in between? And ask yourself, the individual charging the most, what gave them the balls or the courage to charge more? What are they doing different other than just asking for more money? You could learn this from other industries. I see too many of you working way too hard for way too little because you don't understand true business. But that's why I like to share these ideas and insights with you. These are not ideas. These are factual insights of real business building. And I've been very successful in building businesses, and I've failed very miserably as well. But I'm here to share with you experience. These are not theories. These are realities. What I witnessed in Dallas, Texas, at the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, or event, or experience, or extravaganza, whatever you want to call it, was amazing. You have a 27-year-old YouTuber kid and his team that are seeing the playground different. They're not looking at it like the traditional promoters of boxing. They're not looking at it as how do we get pay-per-view and, sell 4 million tickets or 5 million ticket pay-per-view. By the way, the largest is like 4.2 million pay-per-views ever. The largest, 4.4, let's call it, because it's 4.2 or 4.4. No, they said, listen, let's go for Super Bowl eyeballs, right? Because if you only sell 4.4 million, there's only so many people that can see that. But if I can get Super Bowl eyeballs, meaning tens of millions, how do we go to Amazon? I'm sure they approach Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, all these big, massive channels that have huge streaming eyeballs. And they say, how do we work with you? How much are you going to pay us to bring our event to your audience, to bring awareness, to bring subscribers, to bring commercial environments into your audience? They're cross-pollinating. And I don't know what the deal was inked, but it's been reported over 60 million people, 60 million households watched or tried to attempt to watch it, meaning that the buffing system was all messed up because there were so many people trying to watch. They broke the internet. And not only that, if you look at it deeper, this doesn't think about the commercial license. I think there's 7,000 commercial licenses across the world that bought this, where they're big stadiums, bars, restaurants, etc., that had tens of hundreds, if not thousands of people watching the same fight. So they saw this play as not, how do I make money on pay-per-view? But hey, we're going to bring a big audience, so just give me the money today, 40 million, 20 million, blah, blah, blah. That's my upfront money. That's guaranteed. And let me make money off of the eyeballs, i.e. marketing dollars that we're going to create with Meta, Experian, and all these companies are going to pay huge dollars to be exposed in front of our audiences. I want you to think about this. This is a different mindset. How are you marketing your business? The truth is, most of you aren't marketing it, but you're marketing their business still. What do I mean by that, Mark? Glad you asked. Because you're still shit talking. That was rigged. That was set up. That Jake Paul fight was a joke. The ladies before were better, blah, 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 blah. You're still promoting them, talking shit. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He's controlling your mind, and you allow it. Well, you should be looking at this and saying, what can I learn from what they've accomplished? You don't have to like them. You just have to understand what they did was earth-shattering, game-changing, and I promise you, sporting events will never look the same again because of it, ever. Big high-end events are going to look different forever. because of this situation. Do you think it's more valuable to have 4 million people watch it or 60 million? Stupid ass math. It's simple as hell. 60 plus million. So it's like they looked and reversed revenue. They took the channel and changed the model and said, let's not go and get pay-per-view money. Let's get marketing money, but also get paid up front too. So what's even cooler about this is Netflix needs content. So why don't we do a 3-part or 4-part docu-mini series for the Tyson Jake Paul fight? Why? Because that gets people bought into the storyline even more. You're sitting around drinking a beer thinking you can kick Tyson's ass or Jake Paul's ass. You have a beer belly. You can't even barely stand up and tie your shoes and run down the driveway, let alone get in the ring and go 8 rounds, even if you barely swung. But yet you will continue to watch, consume, and talk to give them more power to go get more money. And it's funny, I heard a lot of people like, well, man, they must have really needed the money. That's why they did it. No, motherfuckers, these guys have the money. They're changing the game. Anybody that says that has no money, I know for a fact. They don't need the money. They want it. They can go get it. They can create the money. Everyone's looking at what they created, but what they created for others is undeniably, massively, we can't even put a number to it because it's different forever. People, these sporting events are different forever. Anything the pay-per-view style will be different. They changed the game. How can you do this in your business? How can you stop doing the same conventional bullshit marketing just because it worked in the past? Even if it works still, how can you get creative with your marketing? How can you have fun with it? How can you get crazy with it? One thing interesting, because I did watch the docuseries, I like this stuff on a marketing perspective. I'm married to the game of marketing and sales and business building. That's what that's fun for me. That's the only way I'd watch this shit. I don't watch football like you guys. I don't watch baseball. I'm not knocking. It doesn't excite me. I wish I was in the entertainment business because I could make a lot of money off of people that like football and baseball and basketball and football and all this shit. So I'm not knocking it. It's just, that's not what gets me excited with where I'm at in my life. But Jake Paul said something very interesting in the documentary that is worth taking note. He said, man, I'm feeling weird lately. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, honestly, man, not many people are shit talking me. Most people are starting to like me. And I don't know how to deal with that because I like to be talked negative to. That's where he gains fuel. And I find that very interesting because most of you guys won't even do one post because you're afraid someone's going to make fun of you or talk negative about you or say something that you don't like or agree with. So therefore, you avoid it like the plague and never do anything. And then you live the meager life because you're too fucking afraid to step up and get some criticism possibly. And not only that, criticism and negativity and shit talking has made Jake Paul worth hundreds of millions of dollars at 27 years old. No one cares about you. They'll talk shit about you. But guess what? They're your biggest fans. The people that love you, they'll say some stuff here and there, but they're not the ones passionately talking until the shit talkers come in and then they'll stick up for you. That's what you want in business. No one's perfect. No one has it all figured out. But if they ain't talking about you, you're relevant. So I don't care what business you're in, how could you turn it into entertainment? Think about that. Who do you know? What do you know? What could you create that could entertain people? I've done this. We do this at events where I have an event, and what we do is we create an over-the-top, something huge, massive is going to happen, like the build-up Tyson Jake Paul fight. Not that big yet. I wish, but I'm not there yet. And that's why I'm talking to you, because I will be there one day. And if not, it's not because I didn't try. This is amazing to me that people like this think like this. More importantly, they do it. They thought about it, they put it on paper, and they executed. Could have they done it better? Maybe, but it's been done different many, many times prior. So their creativity alone is worth learning from. And I was there, right there. If you saw the show, like, again, I was on Netflix many times. Me and my buddies were right there where they're all walking out. You'll see me in the crazy white hat as I'm always wearing. So if you watch it, pay attention on the walkouts. If you're looking at the screen, it's going to be on the right side of the screen with Jake Paul, Tyson, the cheerleaders, all that stuff. Me, Sean, Mark, and Adam were just standing right there. But one thing interesting about that is it's all for the show. And if you think it's not, you're missing what sports is about. Look at a football game. Look at a baseball game. They got fireworks. They got these things going on. That's to stimulate you. They got the pregame. They got the aftergame. They got all these TV shows talking about highlights and reels. The same shit you watched yesterday, you'll watch for 40 hours next 48 hours just so you think you know what's going on. They own your mind. They own your time. Shame on you, unless you're learning from it, unless you're incorporating it in your business or life to make you better. There's nothing going to make you better talking shit about a person or a team. Nothing. Even if you're winning, it doesn't do anything. By the way, you are not winning. They are. They are, not you. So when I sit there and I watch what they did in the ring, not only that, he brought recognition to these female boxers that just absolutely beat each other's asses to death. It was awesome. They made $6 million, I think. They would have never done that if Jake Paul didn't step up and change the game. Mike Tyson would have never got a $20 million payday and beyond. By the way, that's just guaranteed money. And beyond of everything else that they're going to get, the ripple effect of this cause. Hundreds of millions of dollars were generated for Jake Paul and Tyson crew, 100%. It was a who's who scene. People were coming up to us. People were coming up to that. Like, it was off the hook. We're right there by the ringside, in the VIP lounge area, hanging out, walking on the walkway. It was epic to experience it. 72,500 people watching a fight, 16-minute fight. That's called build-up, pre-sell, get people excited. Fans galore. They're booing Jake Paul. The crowd went crazy when Tyson comes out, or they even show a picture of him. The old versus the new. What can you learn from this in your business, in your marketing? Is there an old company and you're the new company and you're taking them over? We've seen this before on Apple versus Microsoft. The cool guy versus the geeky guy, right? The old and the new. What are you doing in marketing to change? How are you getting more eyeballs? Again, back to business. But you don't understand my business. Yes, I do. Attention, leads, conversions, revenue. That's your business. Now, what you sell, that's up to you. If you're selling HVAC, if you're selling a brick and mortar product, if you're selling online, you need more attention. You have to learn how to gain attention. If you don't, you'll never create demand. You'll always be behind the eight ball. You'll never make enough money. Marketing is marketing. How much money are you spending on marketing? How much money are your sales guys making? What opportunities are in front of them that they can make a lot of money? Or are you trying to hold them back from making a little amount of money? Well, if I pay them more, that means I make less. No, bitch. That means you don't understand business. If you have a good business and a good sales model, the more they make, the more the company makes, period. That's how it works. It's called business. These are the things you need to understand. What lens are you looking at? Which lens are you looking through in your business? In these, I'm there watching the airport buzz. The Uber drivers are excited. Everyone's talking. I heard a 75-year-old lady at the airport talking who's this Jake Paul guy? Read about him in the New York Times. Is this a real fight? She was there for some other convention. Everyone knew about it. It was worldwide. And yet you're afraid to do a post because someone might talk negative about you. Well, you don't understand my product. I don't need to understand your product. You're a scaredy cat. You're afraid to do a post because they might make fun of the way you say there, the wrong way, or this, or is that. Who gives a shit? Get attention. Get people in your ecosystem. Connect. The more eyeballs, the more conversations, the more leads equal more revenue. Period. You don't have a sales problem. You have a lead problem. See, I talked earlier about the guy or gal that has the high end that charge the most in your industry. I bet you their conversions are lower than yours. If you're selling mid to low tier marketplace, well, I need to be at 50% or more to make this business work. Yeah, but they can run at 25% conversion rate and fucking murder you financially. They need less staff. They have way bigger profit margins and they net out way bigger. Why? Because they don't have all the waste and leakage you got. See, you're focused on the wrong conversion. And I'm not saying conversions and closings are not important, but what's important is the full extension of that line. How much did the lead cost? What is my conversion on the lead? What is my gross profit and net profit per deal after labor and everything? That's the number you need to be looking at, and then start reverse engineering. You can run businesses very lean if you are top tier pricing. And what's cool about that, when you understand top tier pricing, by the way, those are my favorite clients. That's what I prefer to work with, right? They pay, simple expectation. Here's what you're paying for. Here's what you get. Boom, we're done. Next. Someone that pays the minimum or the least, they're always the ones they want everything for nothing. They like to complain. They ain't got nothing else to do. You become their fucking problem. People that have money and pay top tier pricing, time is their most valuable asset, and they know that. If they want it, they pay for it, they get it, and they move on. Just the world we live in. You're going to always have the Saks Fifth Avenue shopper, and you're always going to have the Walmart shoppers. You got to ask yourself which one you want. They both work, but which one do you want? You. It's not about me. It's not about Sam Walton. It's not about Neiman Marcus team. What do you want? But what did you pick up on the event? I want you watched it. You heard about it. Are you still talking about it? Are you shit talking about it? Are you talking down about it? Are you posting? Because every time you do, they're winning. That's what they want. You should be asking yourself, how can you get your customers so excited to want to go online and talk about you, ideally in a good way? Let them know, amazing service. They showed up on time. They did a great job. Instead of they were the cheapest. They took forever, but they were the cheapest. Well, no shit. I took forever and I was the cheapest. I didn't have anybody that wants to work. I can't hire good staff because I ain't got no money because I'm trying to charge everyone less. See, when you charge more, you have more money to pay your team more. Do you think you get better people on the typical stage? Obviously, if you have good qualifying section. Do you think you get better people to want to show up to work if you can pay them double or triple or barely getting by? What can you do in your business? How are you seeing the game? Who are you learning this stuff from? Unfortunately, I got an event going on this Wednesday, and it's free. It's at my office. There'll be a couple hundred people registered. People will get turned away at the door because we can only have 100. We have a cop on duty and it's awesome. But there's a lot of people saying, this is a scam. How is it a scam? It's free. I'm buying you dinner. I'm buying you drinks, everything. And you're meeting a lot of amazing people. These are business. I click on their profile and I'm like, man, no wonder they're struggling. This is how they see the world. I'm local. They're local. Their friends that are coming are local. And they still think it's a scam. My job and your job is not to convince people like that, by the way. They can't even convince themselves. So I leave those comments on there and I say, LOL. I don't care. We want people to think like that because that gets our passionate people that love what we're up to reply to that. Dude, you think that's a scam? These guys, this company, this team, this people, blah, 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 added an extra 7 figures to my bottom line in the last 12 months. If this is a scam, I like it. How are you seeing this? But what's neat about that is we're there to serve. We're there to create an excitement, energy. 200 people. Jake Paul's doing 72,500 people. This is why a lot of people don't ever start. Well, I'm not Jake Paul. Nor will you ever be. You're you. And that's good enough. My first event I ever had, I had 6 people show up. My first event. 6. I didn't stop. I got excited because if one showed up, I was one more ahead of when I started. See, too many of you are quitting too soon. Truth is, most of you quit before you ever start. You're talking yourself out of it, not into it. Poor me. I don't understand, man. This is so hard. What's hard? What's hard is the way you talk and communicate with yourself constantly. You're better than that. If you're a doer and you're getting results, let's start talking about it. Share, connect, get with winners. My slogan, and always will be, is win with winners. It's much easier. There's a lot of people that love losing out there. They act like they're winning life. They're fucking drinking every night, hanging out with their friends. You know, king of the dipshit mentality. I'm winning, dude. I'm winning. Well, yeah, why'd your wife leave you? Why'd your kids not talk to you? You're so not winning. Your dog won't even look at you when you walk in the house. The dog's disgusted of you, right? Like, seriously, guys, what are you doing to be around winners? That's my community. That's what the Dealmaker Alliance is. That's what the Dealmaker family is. I want to constantly encourage and surround around winners. Not whiners, not wieners, winners. People that will push and forge. Even when we're not winning, we're winning because we're learning. It's a mentality. It's a standard. This is who we are and what we do. Most of you complain. You quit. You stop. It hurts. I can't do it. I'm too busy. All these other bullshit excuses that hold you back from creating the life that you truly know you're capable of. I saw a lady in the airport. She was so pissed off at life. She's massively overweight. She's talking shit to everyone. And I was thinking about, like, dude, she's 78, 80 years old probably. She's just pissed off at her life because she didn't take life by the throat and live life. She's become a victim to the game of life. I want you to win at life. I want you to win at every aspect, from your health to your wealth, to your business, to your family, everything. There's nothing in my beneficial interest that would have you not wanting to win, but I can't do it for you. And you see these people. They're mad. They're jealous. They talk negative. Those are people you extract out of your life as fast as humanly possible. And yes, it's typically family members first. And you don't have to extract them 100%, but get them out of your life and communicate with them only when you're mentally ready to communicate with a fucking loser. A mental loser. These are harsh words, but it's the truth. They're losing their brain. They're losing their mind. They're losing the game of life. And if you aren't mentally capable, ready to prepare to conversate with these individuals, they could pull you in their rabbit hole. You don't want to ever have that worldview of a loser. It will never serve you. It can't. Learn from them. This is exactly what I do not want. How do they talk? How do they eat? What do they think about? What do they look like? What's in their bank account? Like, if they have a lot of money and they're talking about teaching you how to make money, you might want to listen. That doesn't mean you have to take it 100%, but like, listen. But if they have $0 in the bank account, they're always broke, they're bankrupt 3 times, probably should not listen to them about financial advice. If they're 400 pounds and they're telling you how to lose weight and how easy it is, you probably shouldn't listen to them. If they're telling you how great it is to have a great relationship, but they've been divorced many times and they have no relationships ever, not even friends, then don't listen to them. That's loser talk. Loser thinking. You're better than that. Be careful where you spend your time. It is the most valuable asset you'll ever have. And if you're around this, again, this is how I grew up, around great people that just don't have the right mindset. They're not doing it on purpose, by the way. The truth is, they don't even know they're doing it. We all want a better life, but very few people are willing to do the work to get it. That's not you. You're here listening to the show like this because you want to learn to be better. You want to improve your life. I wish this kind of stuff existed when I was starting in the game of business and entrepreneurship. I personally still listen to multiple podcast shows every single week, just like you. I listen to audiobooks. I walk many, many, many miles, ideally minimum 3 miles a day. Call it an hour a day. 7 days a week is the goal. 7 hours minimum of brain, not counting when I'm sitting there working or thinking about other stuff. I got podcast shows on, audiobooks on. I'm learning, YouTube videos, whatever. Constantly learning how to be better, how to improve. And then I take these excursions with my buddies to expand my brain, to go full immersion. These are $4,000 tickets. VIP, roll in at the front of the, like your ringside in the VIP lounge with the players. Do you think there's more opportunity in the nosebleeds or in the VIP section? Now, I'm not judging it. I would just get there. That's step one. But as you're elevating the game of life, get in the VIP sections, get in the right rooms, get in the DM families, get in the DM alliances, get in rooms where people are winning. Winning is fun. Winning is, it's contagious. I want nothing but the best for you. But I want you, when you see these big events, I want you to ask yourself, what can I learn? How can I incorporate this in my life, in my business? These kids are no smarter than us. They just are doing it. They're getting around other people, talking about different things. Who are you getting around talking about different things with? What are you guys working on? Are you working on small problems expecting big results? Or are you working on big things expecting big results? Too many of you are working around with Mickey Mouse shit expecting something big to happen. 2 leads a day ain't going to do dick. 20 leads a day. Depends what business you're in. Ain't going to do much. When I talk to people and they're like, yeah, man, I spend $300 a month on marketing. I'm like, whoa, you mean like an hour, a minute, a day, minimum? Like, no, a month. My business is word of mouth. I mean, you're fucking, that's dumb. Dumb. That ain't a business. That's a fucking hobby. You don't understand business if you're only spending $300 a month on marketing. Straight up. You have to understand business if you want to build a business. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to help you. And this is the stuff we talk about in the DM Alliance. This is the stuff we talk about in the DM family. It's $1,000 a month. That's it for massive growth, massive up-leveling. If you're not a part of the group or you want to talk about it, private message me on Instagram at Mark Evans DM. Say podcast-DM Alliance. And again, that's at Instagram at Mark Evans DM, podcast-DM Alliance. We should talk. I'm here to help you, but I can't help you if you're not willing to help yourself. If you're not even willing to raise your hand, how do I know? Right? Closed mouths don't get fed. So I just want you to know, watch these experiences, watch these events, learn from them. Opportunities are out there. I just posted, I'm going out to Utah to speak at an event, and I take a jet, and I have 10 people come with me. And it's $10,000 a ticket. We sold out within 1 hour. So don't think there's not money out there. Don't think there's not opportunity out there. Don't think experiences doesn't matter. What can you do different? How can you turn a liability into an asset? Think. Before you know it, you're crushing at a whole new level. So I want to say, focus on this journey. Business is just business. It does not matter what category you're in. It's business. Know who your target market is. Invest in marketing. Build a team, build a company, and enjoy the ride. So with that said, make today count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm deal maker.
This is the podcastfactory.com.